Two, three.
That's us recording now. Hey guys, so housekeeping before we really jump into it. First up, I got a lot of downloads on that gym manifesto, so I'm really happy about that. And I know personally,
We're glad you're getting something from it too. Like we're glad y'all like actually went in and well, maybe we shouldn't do this. Like, maybe you should.
It's always nice, and also I know two people that have been kind of they've been interested in the idea and they've kind of been like hooing and hawing about it, but they're going back at it. So like two people I'm pretty happy with, and that's only the people that I know of, definitely, which is pretty fucking nice. And they've actually been pushing themselves and been like, you know what, let's go for like a slightly heavier weight than what I'm more accustomed to. And they've actually been able to do way more than what they think they can. You just kind of have to do it. Because you're thinking like, oh no, I couldn't lift that.
You just have to like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta go in there and do it. Like I don't know what you gotta go in there and do it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's really fucking cool. So I'm really happy about that. The other thing that I really want to bring up is the deck of many triggers. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for it. It's coming. The factory that's producing it should have it finished. Like now, by the time you're watching,
small child sweatshop should be done here soon.
Yeah.
We're whipping as hard as we can.
Well, it should be getting delivered to me by the time this video goes up, so that's pretty cool. And you should be getting an email very, very soon about making sure that everyone's delivery addresses are the exact same, because it has been a while since the crowdfunder, and people do move and all that sort of stuff. So I just want to make sure that's all good. You know what I mean? Anything you want to bring up, Garbo? You're doing are you not doing a con? Are you not doing a speaking event?
So I did my first proper actual big boy panel yesterday at Oklahoma Comic Con. Hey. I had 10 people there. We're just fucking, I was like, holy shit. I was like, temper your expectation. You probably have like two dudes who just want chairs to sit down. But there are 10 people there asking questions. I was like, wow.
Do they know who you were? Was there many well,
they're like, where can we find you? I'm like, you can find me on YouTube. But it felt awkward going, I don't want to flog my shit while I'm here, but you can find me on YouTube. What's your name? Guard Bro? Why Guard Bro? Oh, Jesus. Kind of laughed at it. And then actually a few of my fans were there as well. I was like, oh, I know you guys. So it felt nice having someone I knew in the front row. But this coming weekend and Saturday, I'm going down to Colossal Con in Texas and hosting a panel as well at 100 hours.
What's the deed of that? Just because I don't know if this video should hopefully be up before the weekend.
It's going to be this coming weekend, yeah. The
16th, 17th?
Fucking 16th.
All right, sweet. Just so people aren't like, here, hold up. That was 3 weeks ago, guys. Yeah, the gym video took us a long time to actually get out. I know. It takes me a while. When the time that we record it to the time the video actually goes up could be up to 2 weeks. Okay, guys, it's just, I've got 2 kids now, okay? And I've got a proper job now. I'm not even then, I say a proper job, I'm still professionally unemployed. That's what it feels like anyway. It's I see the amount of people that just don't believe. I actually asked Ozzy. I was like, Ozzy, do you know what Daddy does as a job? It's you work at the computer. Yeah, but what do I actually do? And he actually kind of just smiled at me. It's yeah, see, no one has any idea what I do. My mum doesn't know what I do. Honestly, it's weird. Anyway, so what I want to do is, we haven't done world building in a while. And I was thinking, why not societal collapse? Because, let's be serious, everyone loves zombies, everyone loves the idea. And part like this, it feels like we're on the point of a societal collapse, let's be serious, guys. And it's a fun setting to work with.
I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah. So, I kind of want to touch on a few different places, how different places in the world would fare better than others. I'm just going to say, most of Europe's cooked. Genuinely cooked.
Any big city is cooked, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking cooked.
Yeah. I would, honestly, for the Western world, I would argue that America
you became reliant on your cities. Literally, people live in the city are basically fucking pets, if you ask me. It's going to sound mean. If you live in a big city, you are the pet of that city. And once the city's gone, you're going to fucking starve or eat each other like gerbils.
What are you talking about? Food? You get food in the shop. You don't get it from the farm. What are you on about? You know what I mean?
I hate that shit so much. Shut up.
See
so annoying.
The best one ever I saw was that guy. It's well, look at all these what's up with all these little, he was in an airplane, he was flying, and he's what's up with all these squares on the ground? They're called fields. How do you not know what a field looks like? That to me is just, out of
Like,
this world.
hold on, you know what the fucking cut fields were like on the ground?
Twitter post about.
Sure,
Yes,
James.
this is it.
Sure
This is
you
it.
thought.
This is it. This is land by Colorado-Kansas border from being pretty cool. I have no idea how or why they look like this.
Kyle Kalinske.
Yeah. So there you go, guys.
I have no idea how/why it looks like this. It's called farming.
No, what are you on, man? I don't know what are you talking about.
The fucking gall of you to be so fucking stupid.
So do we have to set any perimeters on the societal collapse? Now, I'm just going to put it out here right now. I think, like, Africa, for the most part, does pretty fine, bar, like, you know, again,
Africa is like,
cities.
hold on. Wait, you guys are collapsing? Because Africa is always collapsing. It's always some cycle of collapse.
Yeah, like, do you see that? I think it's Sudan at the minute. Though.
Me and you need to get Talarn the fuck out of South Africa and get him a visa or some shit. Because, like, they're stealing the sidewalks. Like, I saw a video of, like, the roads pre and post, like, something in South Africa, and, like, they're stealing the cobblestones and shit.
Oh yeah,
like
that's
they just stole the road.
That's some Dark Ages type shit. That's whenever, like, you know, they've gone out in material.
Who just steals the entire road? I'm gonna take the entire road.
Whenever, like, what was it? Like, whenever Rome starts to collapse, they start just reusing, like, the rubble from old buildings to, like, remake
Colosseum.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. Or, like, you know, again, whenever, like, say the Romans move out of an area and 1,000 years later, like in Britain, for example, they're still using Roman roads 1,000 years later. You know what I mean?
Like, it's one of those things where I think, like, if you want to use, like, Africa is a great example of, like, continuous collapse, where it's always in a state of collapse, but somehow also, like, completely balancing. And that is one way a collapse could go in a book, is that it's just simply always collapsing. It's in a cycle of collapse. It never actually collapses because
they're getting pumped full of money. They just keep feeding them. They literally just keep feeding them, and that's really what it comes down to for me, anyway.
We'll keep all these gerbils alive, Roderick.
Yeah,
keep feeding them.
I think
corn nuggets.
I think at this point, though, the only hope for somewhere like Africa is to, like, hopefully, honest to God,
by China.
Automation. Well, China is investing very heavily, but I think honestly, automation and AI is the only save for somewhere like Africa, because they need to overcome that. Like, where would you put Africa at the minute? I would put Africa, like, technologically wise. Well, it depends on whereabouts. But what capabilities?
It's gonna get really hot in here in a second, because we gotta be very careful what we say. Because South Africa is living in fucking, like, mud huts and shit while using iPhones.
Yeah, you know what? Here, did I ever tell you about the time Megan got a scammer on WhatsApp? There was one trying to message them. Yeah, it was a scammer, and we ended up just phoning them. And there was two like, they looked like they were like 14 African guys. And, like,
nice.
Honestly, they were pretty funny. They were, like, walking us about, and they were showing us a wee village and shit, so they were. And, like, you know, the wee stream that goes through there, honestly. And then they were showing us their mobile phone that had, like, a Bitcoin wallpaper. I was like, oh, businessman, bruv, businessman. Honestly, see if you ever get a scammer, just ring them. They're the most fun. Like, it depends. Some of them yeah, just ring them. Like, genuinely just ring them and be like, hey, what's up, man? How you getting along? It's pretty fun, honestly.
Are you getting along?
Hey,
how's your mum?
Yeah, because it was like they hacked someone, I think it was Megan's friend's Facebook account, and they said, oh, can you give us, like, gift vouchers? It's like, yeah, meet us at the Walmart. What Walmart? The one we always meet at? What are you talking about? The Walmart? Oh, it was great. So it was.
Are there Walmarts in Ireland?
No, it was.
Okay, I was wondering about that, actually.
No,
are there, like...
No, we don't have. Well, we have Asda, though, and Asda, I think, is owned by Walmart, but it's green instead of blue. So here,
green.
Yeah, do you want me to show you Asda? There you go. That's what
I guess. Also, okay. Also, like, societal collapse. I don't think people like the grocery store. Those aren't going to last very long, bro. It's gonna be, like, literally gladiatorial fights in the grocery store.
Yeah, well, we saw how bad it was with the toilet paper during COVID.
Bro, that was, like, very telling of, like, people's priorities. And I think, like, if it's an actual collapse, some dudes become a goddamn warlord by taking over a fucking Walmart or, like, a grocery store or insert XYZ store here.
It's yeah. I think also you can take a lot from Africa, because again, whoever has control of the aid,
from what, looting?
Yeah, like, again, like, you know, think like Black Friday, but every day. Like, that's what you're dealing with, Black Friday. but it's only worse. Black Friday with
Black Friday, but every day.
with also me
Every day Black Friday in Africa.
but with firearms. Threw that in, like genuinely.
That's still just Africa.
Yeah, it really is. But look, let's get off of Africa. Even though we can draw a lot of conclusions from Africa, let's go for we'll go America. Pretty much all major cities are done for. Also, what are we going to do with power plants and stuff like that? What about are we getting Wi-Fi? Is Starlink going to stay on the grid?
Well, I've always actually wondered that, because I'm not well versed in how power plants. I know they need a heat source like coal or nuclear or oil or whatever else, but you can still run a power plant as long as you have their fuel source. But I think if you control the power, you control the people. I know, because remember, phones need power. Yeah. Electricity in general powers nearly every modern convenience we have. If you want your fridge to stay cold and your well-stolen food to stay cold and fresh and whatever else, you need electricity. So it's I've always wondered about electric warlords. No one ever really touched on. Most warlords control food, or they control.
They did that in
some kind of resource.
Thunderdome, you could argue, made a good attempt at it.
Did they really?
Yeah, sure. They ran the city on pig shit, like methane gas.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's true. I guess as long as you have something to burn in the power plant. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
but what people always think, they always think, fucking might through control and all that. But wouldn't it, if a guy's able to not just control, but understand how a power plant works, he's going to be the king, because you keep everyone's shit on. You keep everyone's phones charged. You know what I mean?
Or he becomes enslaved. There's a good chance he could also become enslaved. You need to have the personality of a warlord as well. Or
you can say well armed and not only control the plant, but more or less. Oh, actually, that's quite interesting. If you both control the power plant, but also submit yourself as the only guy who knows how to run it, you can literally hold a power plant hostage by holding yourself hostage.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can force people into doing work. There's a lot of really nasty ways you can do to people to be nah, mate, you're getting the job done. Unless they're willing to actually kill themselves. There's a lot of people that will not kill themselves, though. That would be the biggest one, I would argue. But all I'm saying is I just finished. I'm about to finish the Nightlords trilogy, and there's definitely a lot of. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I'm loving it. So I am. I'm kind of disappointed that it's ending very soon. I don't know what to do.
It's coming to an end.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like. See when you come across a really good book series, or even a TV show or whatever. See when it's coming to the end, it's fuck. What am I going to watch now? What am I going to enjoy now?
We're going to read now, yeah.
What am I going to move on to? It's shit, man.
See, so right now, I'm reading the Leviathan series. I was man, because you could finally have the time to reread it. You're this is a really, really good book, But the good thing is that you'll always rewatch it, but it won't be the first time. You won't have that first time wonder going on.
Sometimes I wish I could be the way children can just watch the same movie again and again and again and not get bored.
Oh, I went on a date actually this last weekend, and the gal said it would be cool if there was a kind of psychic that could remove the memory of a book or movie, and then you could relive that memory again. So if it's some kind of psychic that can remove the memory of you reading your favorite book for the first time, so you reread that book for the first time again, that'd be a fucking killing. That
would be pretty fucking sweet, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, is it a very powerful power? Kind of, sort of. But if you can market it correctly, hey, let me allow you to watch your favorite movie for the first time again, and that would sell buku dollars, dude.
Can they give me the power to just release the last season and a half of Game of Thrones? That would be pretty baller, not gonna lie.
To remove memories of bad series.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to remember the series ever again. Remove it from my brain.
I would definitely remove season.
Thank you, wizard.
Season 3 of Dexter would definitely be getting wiped. Season 3 of Dexter was absolutely terrible, so it was. But yeah,
there's apparently there's a new series out with Peter Dinklage or some shit.
Oh, please don't be telling me that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Kill Peter Dinklage. Kill the king of the midgets.
I know. Fuck. Well, he's not as egregious as Workday. Okay, you know what? What about disabled people while we're at it? What are they doing in collapses? See people that live in assisted living.
They're gonna die. Unless they are smart, they are going to die.
I don't know, man. I saw I watched a video of a guy with Down syndrome, and he was he was overheading like 2 plates on a shoulder press. Like, that's pretty impressive, man. Not gonna lie. Like,
yeah, but he doesn't know how to fucking feed himself. He's like, "Where are my chicken nuggets? Where are the tater tots?" He just starves to death.
I'm just putting it out here, like, maybe they're blessed in a weird way. They are God's chosen lime breakers. All I'm saying, man. All I'm saying. You know?
Jesus Christ. The Tods are God's chosen. They shall inherit the earth and make tater tots for all.
Did they not do that in Vietnam? Was that not like a Robert McNamara idea?
That's McNamara's morons. And they had like the highest casualty rate of any unit in the Vietnam War.
I mean, I think you could maybe do it in like an older war, but not like a modern war. And definitely not Vietnam, where you're getting snuck up on and like there's so many traps and you're not really fighting like an.
Like they would like just try and kick like tripwires out of the way. And, oh, hey, spider web, click, and they kill like half the fucking squad or some shit.
Yeah.
McNamara's morons was the experiment, and like we'll try and make our greatest use of our less than beloved citizens. And like, well, you're a fucking monster. Yeah,
it didn't work out too well. Although, to be fair, though, I do actually quite enjoy Robert McNamara as like a historical figure. When did he die? He died not long ago, didn't he?
He died a long time ago, I think, didn't he?
Mara.
And like people weren't exactly sad to see him go either. They're like, oh well,
let's see, when did he
great.
Die?
Off you go.
He died in office. Wait, is he still alive? Yeah. No, he died in 2009, so he did.
I say, yeah, like, there's no way in fuck. Like, I remember, like, the boards on 4chan going, our hero's finally gone. Because, like, the king of the retards has fallen or some bullshit.
I don't know. You know what? Like, Robert McNamara, he did some really interesting stuff, so he did. Like, genuinely, he's a really interesting guy. Oh, I'm just putting it out here. If any of you guys are interested, because he was actually, he was in charge of working out a lot of the math on how to firebomb Japan and stuff. Really, honestly,
the bats.
He's a guy worth checking out. If you don't know anything about Robert McNamara, he is someone who I'd be like, you know what, actually kind of interesting. He's an unusual character to say the least, you know. But let's just go back. So, societal collapse. Most cities are fucking done for it. But the thing is, there's a lot of stuff in cities, and they've got a lot of it. Let's be serious. Although
these people will eat each other.
What would let's say like modern day leaders, let's say like, you know, San Francisco, it's going to be like, you know, what are they, hoodies? Is that what you call them?
Bro, the homeless shall inherit the earth in San Francisco. They outnumber, they're tougher, and they're more rugged than the actual citizens, dude. I mean, that's not even a joke.
How many Silicon Valley office workers could take on one crackhead? I reckon that one crackhead could honestly take on.
Their hands are soft, and so are their minds.
Sissy Oh, I couldn't help myself. It's like, you just tinkle winkle. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Tinkle winkle, he said.
Yeah. If you're like, ooh, sissy, I don't wash my hands after I take a pee. I can't remember what's the meme. Well,
imagine how more robust the homeless person's fucking immune system is compared to fucking.
How long are they going to last?
A Silicon Valley hand sanitizer abusing fucking coder. Like it's gonna be a slaughter, dude.
Also, while we're on this, like, let's just say for the thought experiment, it has to be like worldwide societal collapse, because, like, you know, it kind of like if it was just America that fell into collapse, it would just be like cartel, like lords, like, you know, warlords pretty much taking over giant swaths of America. Like, genuinely, it would. What gangs could you see emerging as like the victors in this?
The most well-armed ones. You know, let's be fair here. Gangs are much more professional when it comes to stealing shit.
Yeah.
So, like, because think about, let's say, big cities: Chicago, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Not really Midwest cities, except for Chicago, maybe a few others.
I don't know, like fucking St. Louis seems like a like shithole to me, man. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm saying, like, you know, cities that don't play with the guns. That's what I'm trying to get at here. More or less, the local populace has been kowtowing towards the local government. They don't have any guns, but gangs, they have guns, and they'll just take what they want because they can.
And they've got
the first 2 weeks are going to be absolutely hell on earth for inner city denizens because they don't have. They have kitchen knives and baseball bats compared to the illegal giggle switch, AR-15 the gangster has. Like it's gonna be a fucking slaughter. Like in Colorado and Aspen, gangers took over an entire fucking apartment complex.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was mad. And also, you could maybe somewhere like what was it? Chop? Was it? What do you call that place?
Oh, the place in Seattle.
Yes, that would be another great example. A SoundCloud rapper they took over.
Yeah, that was a chop, and it started out with like just like so peace and love, man, and then fucking the gangs went, this seems kind of fun. Oh yeah, and they literally just took it over.
Yeah, that honestly chop, but like international, like worldwide. That's what I see for the most part. People that already run. What?
It's like a cooking show, Chop International.
Yeah, well, what was the name before? It changed its name a couple times, didn't it?
Ah, fuck. I know what it is, but I can't remember what the fucking.
Yeah.
It wasn't Chop. It was like the
Revelation.
The like something like that. Fucking liberals and like we're having a community here against the government, and they try to like make a garden on top of like cardboard boxes and
shit.
Like, but that's like that. That's how they think. They're like we'll make a community garden, and they just pile on soil on top of fucking.
Oh,
yeah, that. We're going to grow freedom vegetables, and this is what they think. This is how inept these people are. They think they read one book.
And then they made it not for white people or something. On that, what groups are we going to become second-class citizens, and are legislations in America going to get worse or better? Like, are people going to have to
way worse?
Yeah, I'm going to say, because let's be serious. Most gangs are...
You're going to see the worst come out, yeah.
Most gangs are race-based. You know what I mean? Like... There's no white guys in the Bloods of the Clips. Like, there's just not. You could say.
Well, they're white by the government standards anyway.
Yeah. Same as what do you call them? Like Latin Kings. What
Latin Kings?
Latin Kings, and I'm going to assume there's no I don't know. I've met a few Hispanics that could be Klansmen. Not just putting that out there. Maybe in spirit. I've came across quite a few Latina or Latino. White nationalists.
I can see folks. Yeah, they're mostly school shooters too.
Yeah.
I can see folks trying to work together at first, but all it takes is one faction breaking code, and it's just gonna go sideways so fast, dude.
Yeah.
Because people work together until you break trust, and when trust is broken, it goes off the fucking rails every time. Those small social experiments you always read about, the prison experiment, wherever else, once trust is broken and you realize, oh, you're all just fucking terrible people, the fucking claws are gonna come out. They're gonna be fucking ripping ready to go. And it's very sad. It's very sad how it all works, but that's just humans. We're basically just well-armed monkeys.
I can see
you know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Actually, fun thought experiment. Let's go with who would control what areas and who would be most likely to seize power. You know what I mean? Let's be serious.
Well,
let's go for
I'm pretty certain the inner cities are going to be ruled by a certain faction. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, SoundCloud rappers, let's just say.
SoundCloud rappers?
Well, that's
a good way to put it. Yeah.
SoundCloud rappers. whoever has the most is going to win. Do you know what I mean? Let's be serious.
They're going to judge their royalty by how many fucking listeners they have.
How much of Florida do you think is going to become uninhabitable? Because let's be serious, people only started moving to Florida whenever air conditioning really became a thing. How many places of the US is just not going to be fit for human life?
Well, the thing is people lived in Florida before there was air conditioning. It's just you got to get used to it and get smart about it. Florida has been inhabited for a very long fucking time. Florida's always had people living on the coast, people live in the bayou. Not the bayou, what do they call it? The marshlands.
Everglades?
Evergreen, yeah. The Everglades. Everglades.
Yeah, something like that.
But people have lived there before AC. It's just it'll happen again. People are just gonna be smart about it. They're not gonna live in a super hot location, or gonna try and make their houses in the old fashions, because the old ways of making houses, they're really
to make the houses though. Again, we're fish out of water for 9.
We're going to enslave the Amish. That's how it works.
You know what? How much that would be my biggest fear, because a lot of people say, oh no, the Amish would be degrading a societal collapse. They're going to be enslaved. Like, I'm just putting it out there, the Amish will, like, if do the Amish have like a gun culture at all? Do they own any like firearms, or like is that a thing for them?
Firearms?
Yeah.
I want to say they do. That seems like a very Amish thing to do, because firearms aren't modern. They like,
Yeah.
they look like muskets or some shit. Like,
Would they have that like at all, or would that go against the religion?
actually, hold on. I'm gonna Google this. 1 second here.
Because if the Amish don't, they're getting fucking enslaved, man.
Do the Amish? I never sold an Amish man a gun. I just realized that. Amish.
Why, do you have
own
Amish
guns.
near you?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yes, so Amish do own guns. While they're known for their pacifistic and even-handed nonviolent beliefs, they also utilize firearms for practical purposes such as hunting, pest control, and managing livestock. So yeah, they have guns.
All right. I would say the Amish actually will do quite better than most.
Well, for them, nothing really changes. They're like, oh,
Do you think Amish would do
Okay.
all right?
oh, for sure.
Do you think they?
Any of the religious practices that follow the old ways, because Amish houses don't have electricity. They don't, like a lot of the cheap houses you can buy right now are actually Amish houses from them moving further inland away from people, and their houses are beautiful, well made. They have no outlets.
Oh,
They have no, so they're still shitting holes in outhouses and stuff. Like, they're basically doing things the old way, and it's not hard. It's just not as comfortable.
yeah. What do you think about like the desert populations? Like, the whole idea of like, those people that live in like the desert essentially.
I mean-
and they're like bored, like they all live in like camper vans essentially.
I mean, you'll just see people revert back to the old ways. Like, people were alive before air conditioning and cell phones and TikTok and easy accessible porn. It's just how it was. People still existed. So you're going to see people like, I think if anything, the smart people like me are going to go to a library and start snatching up books like the Foxfire series.
Oh yeah.
Like, because you're going to think, oh shit, I can't live like the modern person. I have to go back. I have to go back. Like, think about like the time before the refrigerator. You had blocks of ice and shit.
That's hard to
would-
get your hands on. If you don't live somewhere where you get ice, how the fuck do you get
Well,
ice?
they remember they would ship ice in boats covered in sawdust, and they would adjust for their wastage of the melt, and then they would arrive and sell that ice as fast as possible by packing it in salt and straw and like sawdust and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna see old economies come back to life, like back in the 1800s and all that. Even into the early 1900s, there were still like ice boys
Yeah.
and ice girls who just sell blocks of ice for your ice box.
What
You
what about like industries? Well, I say industries, but what do you think will make a comeback per se the most? Like, are we looking at like tanners?
You're cutting out, brother.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm talking to things like tanners or like cobblers, for instance, like the idea of having to like repair your shoes, for instance, like that sort of thing. And also, like, what percentage of the not government, sorry, but what percentage of the population do you think dies within the first like year of this? Let's say like, societal collapse, and minimum we're talking like 10 years before we even start like building back. Like, even
I think we see a lot of suicides. I think they'll feel like, I will not live like this, and they just cap themselves off. Like, I think we're gonna go in, like, say me and you are out rocking around in, like, I don't know, like fucking Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
right? Because you're gonna get like a last flight in, plane lands, everyone disembarks. I'm like, yo, what's up? Whatever else.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna see a lot of houses full of dead people.
Oh,
Who's like,
with
nope, I don't want to do
1000%.
it.
Yeah, I could see that. Or how many people depend on some form of medication? Like, what percentage of the American population? And again, we're going to have to say that all of America, well, let's just say the entire world. Let's just go the entire world. There's no one coming to save us. There's not even going to be someone trying to come in and steal your shit. Like, there's not going to be like a Chinese or Russian army coming in to sweep up and like steal the land.
Like a giant comet hits us and knocks everything out.
Yeah,
or it's like a giant, what's that space storm they're always threatening on us? Like, it's a giant,
solar storm, is it? I can't.
yeah, well, not a solar flare, but like a solar cavalcade where it just rips up, just destroys all our shit.
Yeah, it's like a massive EMP or whatever. And like, all
Yeah.
all electric just gets
Like that would hit everybody, and basically you would see everything kind of go to like even ground. It'd be interesting because like now all these superpowers You're all even now. You all have fucking nothing. Like it's going to literally reset the clock.
Could you see
on
America
the world powers?
Could you see, like, I would argue that definitely, we're going to see a lot of like small like kingdoms of sorts. You know what I mean? Like little tiny fiefdoms.
You know what? I was going to bring it up later on. I think we'll see balkanizations of and like little mini countries. We're going to see like the natives kind of take up reservations. You're going to see, you know, I've always liked the idea of like the return to fiefdoms, like or like fealty system come back. Like, well, you know, like this is my fiefdom. I take care of these people, but I need your power, but you need my weak. We're going right back to fucking like medieval bullshit with like a modern twist. And a part of me fucking loves that shit. That's so my jam.
I can feel
like it's good, like that sounds dumb, but like, bro, that is my fucking jam. I love that kind of like goofy shit. Like, well, you know, modern times, but I have all these dairies, and you want milk, but you control the power plants, and I need to have somebody to power my dairies. So you're back to like, you know, like old classic style of trade, where like you're trading milk for electricity, or you have like, you know, like
barter system.
The old system. Well, not bartering, but basically like trade treaties.
I could see that. Do you think you could ever see a United States again, though? Could you ever see these fiefdoms uniting?
I mean, the United States was made, sure, during an age of like, how do I put it? It was made during a time of postmodern, right? You know, you had like, I'm trying to put in words, but the United States was made. It was like the 1700s, right? 1800s, 1700s. Like we didn't get the Star Spangled Banner until it was written in the 1800s and actually codified in like the 1930s or some bullshit. Like the Star Spangled Banner isn't new.
Yeah,
it's 700 years old yet. But we didn't become the United States until like the 1800s, and we were still adding states well into the 1900s. Like latest time a state was added. So Hawaii became a state in 1959, for God's sakes. So
I suppose it's
I think
field based, like, you know what I mean? Let's be serious.
Like, I think there would be multiple like to be like the southern United States, the northern United States. I think you would see like it would kind of turn into Europe.
Would any of them stay like relatively geographically the same? Because, like, you know, when you look at like Europe's a really good example of a lot of the lines make sense because they, like, you know, like Germany and France, you got the line. You know what I mean? Like Italy makes so much sense with the Alps. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's geographical boundaries.
I think to be early wars, not Fallout versions, but more like an early war of these states going, shit, we need resources, and like say Kansas goes, we need Nebraska's cornfields, fuck Nebraska. We're gonna see like a greater Kansas where they kind of run along the Missouri River and push north, or you might see North and South Dakota absorb each other and try and go to war with Minnesota over access to the Great Lakes. Like you're gonna see, I think you would see during a societal collapse, the leaders kind of poke their heads and go, okay, I can take power right now. If I rally people like to a certain cause, they'll follow me. Like say Colorado goes, we must defend our borders against the Nevada menace, and you're going to see Colorado push out and more or less draw its boundaries along the mountains where it knows it can defend them. You're going to see them turn into basically Austria. Like, I always love thinking about this kind of shit.
What about, like, you know, again, there's a lot of army bases in Kansas and so on. Where, like, you know, do you see them? Do you see like rogue generals per se, like, you know, becoming?
Oh, for sure. You're going to see all these generals believe that I'm going to preserve the United States, because there's tons of movies about it, but you know it's going to happen because officers are so full of their own ass.
Yeah,
you're going to see a few generals go, you know what? Washington is gone, and I have to take care of all these soldiers because they have in their possession their armies.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, at Fort Sill, they have all of our artillery there. At Fort Hood's, all of our tanks. At Fort Leonard Wood, all of our engineers and Seaburn and MPs. Like there, and like also like say South Carolina, that's all the airborne troopers. So all of these states will have their own specialty troopers they have. And the generals are, well, I have a specialized army. Like, there aren't really any paratroopers per se.
Hold up. Are we getting guardsmen units essentially? Are we getting like?
I think you will.
Like something very similar. Like, oh, this army specializes in X topic or
yes,
X,
like
you know what I mean?
Well, so if we want to invade Carolina, they got a lot of paratroopers, because we don't have paratroopers, they have all the paratroopers. Or like, well, we can invade Texas, but they have all the Abrams tanks and all the strikers. Like we got to combat the armor. Like you're running into highly specialized armies, and like New York with the 10th Mountain, or I guess also in Polk in Louisiana. They're all light infantry. They're all very mobile. They do mountain warfare. So like you're going to see all these generals kind of take land that's appropriate for their units. Like Texas is very flat, so is Oklahoma and Kansas. If the armored tank armies and the highly mobile artillery armies join forces, that entire flat plain is now a fucking kill zone.
Yeah,
I
could definitely see a lot of these like SoundCloud rappers, whatever is left of the cities, eventually in time just being steamrolled. Like maybe they've got like a good few months of it, but after, like, let's be serious, could anything live in the city after 6 months of collapse? Well,
no, I would say not within a military base controlled state. They might be able to control the city itself, but the generals aren't going to want the city. That is a defensive nightmare. You can't. Cities are incredibly hard to take / hold because they're all sectionalized.
And is anything
There's so
in
many
them that's
people
worth it at this point?
Not in a postmodern system. I mean, they were, most cities were about, they were trade hubs or some shit, or like they were trade hubs. They were, I think they're mostly just trade hubs. Like,
honestly, whenever you're like a center of e-commerce, you know what I mean, or not just commerce. Again,
once maybe like manufacturing, maybe like textiles, all the sweatshops.
You could see that maybe like some from a factory just to have access to workers.
The children yearn for the mines or something like that. Like it's one of the things where like, well, they make it. All the sewing shops are here. Or all of our rubber's made here, and that might be a thing the city's able to hold on to as a bargaining piece. But I don't think it's going to be like as important to have a city unless you need something from the city, or the city was already producing something that is important to the global effort. Like all of our fucking Nike shoes are made here, and people love Nike shoes. Or as generals, these troops, or most cities are where all the cobblers go. I think there aren't really like they think about like people who repair shoes or fix shoes. They're not really in the country. They're all in cities for some reason. So like, say you're a general and like, well, my troopers need new fucking boots, and well, now you gotta go to the city and try and talk to the gangs who control the fucking cobblers.
How well could they? Like, mate, you know what? That would cobblers be like tech police of sorts?
It would be highly
a good cobbler, I reckon, would be worth its weight in gold. Genuinely, I reckon they'd be worth more than gold. A high quality cobbler, someone who could maintain like a pair of Jordans. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Well, not just Jordans, but just shoes in general. Yeah. Like really think about it. Their cobblers are able to make, create, and repair shoes. Well, people need their fucking shoes. Like, shoes are a thing that people are always going to need, unless you want to wrap your feet and look like a fucking Russian peasant.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and I always think about this stuff because it always piques my interest. Like, what like I love doing like what if scenarios, but like people really don't think about this kind of shit. A cobbler would be astronomically important because if your shoes break, well, what are you going to do now? You know what I mean? Like you can't just go and buy new shoes from Walmart. You gotta find someone who makes fucking shoes.
Eventually,
and that guy who makes shoes is going to need leather. He's going to need cotton. He's going to need cork. He's going to need all these things to make the shoes. So you need to find someone in the greater disjointed states who can make thread. Who is out there spinning thread from sheep or from flax or from cotton? Like, it's just it makes everything back to being piecemeal. They're now trade routes. You gotta have some fucking redneck with his 16 cows who pulls leather and thread from Kansas down to a city for the cobblers or the clothes makers or the tailors, people who make leather traveling coats. It's going to become slow.
On that, actually, you know what? I'm just thinking. I think the only area in America that will maybe keep a geographic boundary very, very similar, I'm thinking West Virginia.
Because they're already there. They're already in collapse.
Yeah, well, no, but it's already like shaped, like geographically. Does that make any sense?
Like a piece of chicken?
No, well, yeah, that too, but it's shaped like a European country. It's shaped around natural barriers and like, you know, the whole like Appalachians and stuff like that. It makes sense the way it's
West
shaped.
Virginia.
Whereas like, you know, most of America is just
Mama,
like straight lines. It's like,
take
yeah,
me home.
we're going to use that parallel and we'll go down there and we'll take that. So I would argue I think America does play the best. What do we see America like in 100 years after the collapse? Are we seeing maybe a United States again? Like, you know, are any of these fiefdoms going to join up, or is it all going to be like descendants of jungle warlords that took power?
Since you brought it up, I think as you brought up earlier, I think we'll see military fiefdoms. We're going to see, because these are huge U.S. Army bases, right? Like our bases fucking swamp your bases, for God's sakes.
They're huge.
Like, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of bases. People don't realize how many military bases there are. Like, let's see, how many military? That's clearly Air Force, mind you, and Navy. Military bases are in the U.S. There are from between 450 and 500 bases.
Yeah.
So, and those all have armories. They all have command structure. They all kind of have their own power plants too. Like a military base is mildly, some are different, some are not, are mildly self-sufficient. They have fire, they have EMS, they have hospitals. All military bases have completely fortified hospitals with advanced military, medical services.
They'll probably be the last people to be able to communicate with each other over long distances as well while we're at this.
Like, it's just, while I want to say we'll see like random fiefdoms or like men seizing power, we'll see military generals seize power first because they have them. They have the military force to do so.
They have the manpower. They got the weapons. They got everything going for them.
Yeah, they literally have everything going for them. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, they have all the stuff you need to take over a small part of a country and then hold it.
Also, let's be serious. I'm sure, like, you know, you even see this in what do you call it movie? Independence Day. A lot of people end up just going straight to like the nearest army base. Again, that would make a lot of sense.
They go to an Air Force base in Nevada. I think it's Area 51 actually. But like, like, and you're gonna see specialized fiefdoms. Like, oh yeah, these guys all have airplanes, or these guys all have refuelers. Well, and also you'll see places in these cities be seized by military to fuel their war machines. Like a lot of the oil towns are gonna be owned and controlled by military forces, I think, or these rogue generals, or these king generals or general kings.
Could we see like an archipelago, if that makes any sense? Like tiny
archipelago,
like tiny pockets of these. Like, you know,
you move towards your mic more because your mic isn't picking you up.
Can you hear me? Yeah, is that it, or is my microphone just kind of low?
Well, no, because you have a sound gate on yours.
Oh, right. What I'm thinking is more along the lines of instead of trying to control mass swaths of territory, like, you know, they only really need, like, you know, say for instance, like, you know, you want some oil fields, like, well,
I see. You mean like a dead zone, where it's just like this giant like area where no one really owns it because no one really wants it, but it's still valued like farmland and such. I think you'll see like, you know, like what are they called?
Islands of civilization.
Yeah, but like a free kingdom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see something like that. I definitely see US doing by far the best. I could see something. Do you think Canada would fare something very similar, or would we see a lot of people from Canada move down south just for the weather?
I mean, I think they would follow where the trade goes, where there's more opportunity to live, more like for protection. Like I'm not too keen to know. Well, not too keen. I'm not too knowledgeable on the Canadian military bases, but like, you want to be safe during these hard times. You realize, there are these very kind, you know, general kings in the U.S. are looking for good people, or say you're a really good Canadian cobbler, like, well, I can make a killing down south. So you kind of hitch your ancient car to your horse and go riding down south. Like if you got to follow where the money's going.
Hopefully you don't get robbed on the way down. Also, again, like, while we're on this, you know what? We never touched on motorbike gangs. Are we going to see like horse gangs? Do you think maybe on highways? I think
we'll see like themed gangs. Yeah, like these are all bikers. Oh, these are all like.
Well, we see it out today in like major cities where like, well, in London, for instance, like motorbikes or scooters, like, or like think like in like Latin America, they love their fucking sclampers. So they love assassinations on.
To be fair, I mean, motorbikes are more efficient, and when in a world where fuel is going to be like either hard to get or really expensive, a bike makes a lot of sense. At the same time as like I could see roving motorbike gangs of like professionals and our artisans who go from city to city doing stuff. Like, I'm a traveling cobbler. It has like a shoe motorbike, and like to me, I love the idea of like motorcycle bands of artisans who go from city to city trying to make a living, because like maybe they do all they can in one city and they hear, there's big demand for like, I don't know, like Puma shoe repairman in fucking Dallas. Well, go to Dallas. So you hop on your motorbike and you go with your gang of artisans down to Dallas, and kind of hark your trade. I love that idea. I literally always have. I think it's like a really cool idea to see
a modern day take on what was the name for the American expansion? Do you know what I'm on about?
Well, this is called like the Great Expansion. Basically, it's called
something very similar to that almost. How much of Latin America ends up just moving up? Because, as I say,
just no change. There's just no change. There's just still Latin America.
Yeah, Latin America, I think, stays more or less the same. Like Brazil, like Colombia, all that, like they stay very much the same. But how often are we going to see like migrant caravans? Like, is migrant caravans going to go through?
I don't think they'll make it. Like, I don't think the caravans will, like, they may start with a couple 100,000, but they'll only end up like tens of thousands actually arriving alive in their destination. Like,
yeah, like how many? Like you die of dysentery. What do you call that game?
Or lack of clean water, or heat exhaustion, or from exposure. Like, it's not easy traveling for like along those routes to the United States. That's in the modern world. Imagine like a non-modern world where nothing is controlled, nothing is nothing is set up. You would see Mexico kind of push out back into the green areas, back to the coast.
And you would also definitely see, like, again, if you thought gang violence was bad in America now or in Mexico now, it is. Oh my god!
But basically you'll turn to Africa. You have full warlord mode.
Right. So, what do you think about Mexico in 100 years? Are we going to see, like, we've already done US? What do you think, like, Latin America in general in 100 years' time?
Honestly, I don't think much is going to change. I think the gangs will immediately seize power because they can. Like, you'll see a lot more micro kingdoms, like gang kingdoms.
Do you think we'll ever see them back on, like, quote unquote, the grid? Like, do we see them ever coming back in 100 years, or is that further down the road? Like, in 100 years, do they have a chance of, like, most people maybe having electricity again?
I could see gangs seizing power stations and then using fear and domination to keep the engineers in place. They'll use their families as weapons. I think they'll do it. It'll be a lot more violent, and they'll do it like out of force or the barter with passing caravans or other gang nations. Like, say the cartel takes a power grid, and they can then extort money or drugs or other things from other gangs to give them power. It's what they do already as it is.
Yeah, it's just
going to take on a new light.
It's just more extreme with less gun and water gun electricity, essentially.
Honestly, yeah.
I see the exact same for Africa, if I be completely honest with you. But I'm going to say within the first, like, maybe year, I'm going to say minimum about half of all of Africa dies within 6 months.
What I wonder is without all that support money coming in, because, the world just funnels money into Africa for some fucking reason. It's just...
Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. It just goes back to the way it goes back to Africa for the most part. Maybe there might be a few places in Africa that maybe.
Well, the tribes will be fine. Like the older tribes that live there who still do things the old way, they'll be fine. They'll probably bully like I could see the older tribes that still do things the old-fashioned way. I could see them like literally seizing other countries because they have the power now.
Yeah.
They don't need fresh water or like Mr. Beast wells or whatever the fuck is going on right now. Like they can literally go in and seize back territory that the modern world took from them. They can literally weaponize themselves and go back on. Like you see, like the next Zulu nation rise up in the south and start. Like I could see people in the DRC and Rwanda and Uganda kind of we're at even footing now. All right, and it's kind of pushing out.
Genocide's back. What? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I think Egypt and Libya will be fine. I could see Spain taking back like Tunisia. Oh, sorry, it's called Tunis now.
Is it?
Tunisia.
Tunisian.
Yeah.
No,
There it is. Yeah.
Tunis is a capital, so it is. That's like the.
Oh, okay. So it's Tunisia still.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I was talking to a gal from Tunisia and discussing some countries. So I think Italy would take back like Algeria and Tunisia. The Egyptians wouldn't change much. But like I could see like the Bedouin culture coming back because you're traveling around, following water and all that.
Oh, definitely. I could definitely see like a Carthaginian or a Venetian sort of people. Like definitely, I could see Mediterranean turning into some form of like because again, it is a very calm sea for the most part.
Like the old cultures come back.
Yeah, I could definitely see some. Again, it would make most sense for Italy. Like Italy does make the most sense for being the local superpower. I don't see if it ever makes it true. I don't know. Like, Italians do love the craftsmanship and stuff like that. I do see what country in Europe do you think does the best and what country in Europe does the
Well, that's
worst?
more of a you question because I'm not an expert on Europe. Like you live there.
I would argue though, okay, so pretty much British Isles, again, very similar. I think most of the cities are fucking done.
I want to ask you this. Would someone take control of that fucking tunnel?
I would say it's going
between France and England. Like, imagine like someone like the tunnel is ours now, like a literal micronation that just takes the fucking tunnels and they control passage under the water.
No.
Know what I mean?
I could see it end up being destroyed by the.
Destroyed?
I could see Keir Starmer trying to destroy it, just out of like spite. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say Keir Starmer's in power whenever this fantasy collapse happens. I could see him doing that out of spite. More interesting, would you say the Netherlands does it get swallowed?
The Netherlands?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not pretending to be an expert on European countries. Like I think any of the countries that are kind of island locked or have a really small border, like Denmark, would be fine because Denmark has a very small border that he shares with the greater Europe. I think Norway and Sweden would go completely fucking unchanged. What I'm wondering is how would France do? And like I always wonder this because right now you're all kind of primed for it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
would there be a second Ottoman invasion of Europe, but from the inside, like Abdullah, they have sent us a great purge, and they start like all the cells open up out of fucking France and Germany or some shit.
I could definitely see a small.
Ishna Allah, our time is now, and like you have all these fucking like Muslims rising up out of fucking France, Germany, and London. We like the third great jihad or some shit.
They could definitely. I think they could get pretty further than what people would like them to admit. I definitely feel like you could say that. I feel like they would do a lot better. But again, like, most of these groups, they live in major cities. And again, major cities are just fucked in this collapse society. I don't see them doing very well. Places that I see, actually, again, you say island nations might do well. I think Ireland and the UK, the British Isles as a whole, is fucked just because.
Well, the British Isles will have some infighting, maybe, but that's about it. I mean,
their populations are too big to sustain with farmland and stuff. I honestly, without modern farming, British Isles just I reckon honestly, easily 60, maybe even 70% of the populations die from famine, just from like starvation and stuff.
Would they go back to like the old style of government, like monarchs and shit, or would they stay as more of a regular country? You think?
very hard to say. It depends if you have a charismatic leader or not. I think that's really what it comes down to when it comes to like kingdoms and stuff. Like, see, if, when it comes to monarchy, you really need to have someone who's like head and shoulders amazing at everything they do. Like, you know, you need to have like an Alexander the Great type to like start that dynasty. And again, that's kind of the problem with monarchies is it's a roll of dice. Like, you know, they always start out pretty fucking strong because for someone to become king, they need to show that they are worthy of king. Whether or not their children are worthy or not to be king, that's kind of up in the air. You never know.
You see, I wonder if the old royal lines would prop back up, like the Habsburg line would go, "Oh, we're seizing Austria again." Would the old royal lines kind of like come back to power?
I don't. If you look at the state, like, you know, could King Charles, like, you know, gather an army? I'm going to say no. I don't think he's charismatic.
I mean,
enough.
If he's like, we shall take back the United Kingdom for the British, and he rallies a bunch of like, let's go some fucking gold jingling, a bunch of brogs come out. Like, I think he could do it. Like,
maybe
you just kind of rally your people to you, and you have like just a nice, gentle race war. You know?
I definitely see a lot of race wars happening, and a lot of
for sure. Like, people would bubble up. You know what? We're not going to feed all these people who aren't us. Go back to where you came from, or else. Yeah. Like, I think that'll happen in the U.S. too. Like, people are like, oh, well, you're American. What kind of American are you?
Yes, that
would immediately happen.
Do you watch that movie? I was so disappointed with it. I thought
it was kind of it had nice moments, but it was very stupid.
Yeah,
but
it had some fun bits, but like it wasn't worth watching.
Like even England. Oh, you're English. What kind of English are you? You know,
I mean, like, I think that's really underestimated how much. I'm always kind of amazed by this, like the idea of Americans being able to like get along, because like we hate the people that live over the hill. Do you know what I mean? Like people that live like
Manchester, fucking Manchesters.
The people that live like 10 miles away, like they are the arch nemesis. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's
like how I was watching that farming show with Clarkson.
Oh, it's great.
And like the homeboy called his son foreign because he was born in another town.
That is what they feel like, though. That is exactly what they feel like. Apparently, that's true for most European countries, though, because I was talking to a German guy, and he feels the exact same way. He's from where was it? Lübeck. He's from Suez, and they really do discriminate against other cities and other places, like more than what you would think. Again, you can kind of see that in America, though. Like, you know, the idea of like the redneck, or like, you know, the city schlicker and all that sort of stuff. You know, like, you know, there's always tensions.
The shitty schlicker.
Yeah. Right. You know what? We haven't touched on. I'm going to say, honestly, I would be very interested to see how the Middle East pans out, especially places like United Emirates or Qatar, you know, or even Kuwait. Like, you know, a lot of these places that are oil rich. How valuable is oil in this new world? Does it still stay valuable? And even if it is valuable, is it able to make the distance? And is it viable? Like, you know, say for instance, like, you know, where places that don't really have oil. So the North Sea, there's oil. Poland, does Poland have any oil?
Well, there's oil everywhere. Depends on where you want to get it from, how much you need. Like, the amount of the death toll will be fucking enormous. Where I don't think there'll be such a big need for as much fossil fuel as we think we do. Like, when people aren't driving as far, like, you know what? I live in a village out, like really only merchants may need
oil,
like a lot of gasoline or oil. Even then, I could see a really cool disparity between transportation. You know, like if you're gonna live in a because you're gonna see villages now. You're gonna like, well, I live in this village, and it's more or less where I shop. It's where I get all my stuff. It's where I sell my stuff. Like, if you have that, you don't really need a car. A motorbike or a horse or a wagon will do you just fine. So who's going to have all the gasoline and oil? Well, mostly merchants.
Hold up, Garb. Are you saying that your truck is not needed, in fact, and you should get one of those Japanese cuck carts instead? You know that? Oh, I mean, I always see you on Twitter about it. About, you know, them wee like Japanese like van things that they try and show the Americans.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, those are pretty fucking cool. All right,
they are pretty cool.
They're kind of neat. They're kind of neat. Don't hate on them too much. But no, I could see people like not needing to have a car. Like, you could have a car when you kind of travel to the next village over. but you're not going to need a car. Like, so remember, like in medieval times, people lived around the town. You're only a few hours walk
Like I could very
from town.
easily, like if there was a societal collapse and I had to still like travel to all the places that I have to travel to today, there's nowhere that I couldn't that is without like strictly out of walking distance. Like don't get me wrong, would I want to walk some of these distances? Absolutely not. But could I do it within a day? Yes. There's nowhere that I travel to that's more than a day's walking distance, like ever.
Like imagine the rebirth of foot traffic going to and from villages and towns and cities. Like people who walk a day to go to the big city and look for certain kinds of clothing or trying to find some kind of expertise or a lawyer. Like you'll see a lot more bicycles, a lot more motorbikes. Like I talk like one stroke, two stroke engines.
Bicycles
like efficient.
Now you go for it.
Sorry, you're cutting in and out. You are sound getting yourself hard. Yeah, lean towards your mic, brother.
Feed me. No, you know what?
There
Actually, will make the biggest comeback, I would argue. And this is something that I feel like, again, is underutilized in like zombie movies. I think I've only seen them used once in zombie movies. See, bicycles, like they're relatively silent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they're easy to transport. You can go almost anywhere with a bicycle. And if you need to pick it up and carry it, you can, like, a bicycle is definitely going to move faster than a zombie. You know what I mean? Just putting that out there. Bicycles are underrated. And like,
meh, fuck off.
In a societal collapse, they're definitely underrated. And again, you can get off good ones.
We live in a society.
In society. Right. So where will we go with this? I'm going to go out and say pretty much all third world countries, huge die off.
Unchanged,
but huge die offs. But for the most part, they stay more or less the same. I don't see them.
Once the support goes away, they're just going to wither away.
Yeah, but the way they actually do things, like, the average person's like lifestyle, like the average person in Congo, their life ain't going to change much after the society collapses. Like straight up, they're just not. You're going to see like where's like the main places that people live that are just completely inhospitable to human life without modern technologies. I'm going to say anywhere,
deserts, high deserts,
anywhere inland in Australia, pretty much any desert. What about like?
You see, I think Australia's gonna be perfect though because they do grow food there. Mm-hmm. They'll be completely isolated. They can still trade with like the guineas.
They've got
I think they'll be fine.
Somewhat homogenous for the most part.
Just as God intended.
Well, they are somewhat, like, for the most part, like, they're less diverse than, say, the US. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
They do have a lot of, like, let me look it up. Climate of Australia.
Bro, they have rainforest. Yeah. They have high desert, low desert.
Yeah, here we go.
They have snow and shit.
Open image in a new tab. Okay, so we have. Oh, come on. Okay, this is. I wanted to be like in relation to actual countries. South Africa.
There you go.
India. Yeah,
India.
Yeah,
what?
Open image in new tab. Yeah, so like in comparison, Central Italy.
Gotcha.
San Francisco.
Central Italy, really?
Yeah. Like San Francisco. Where there's actually let me see it like the same for America. American temperate or American climates to other countries.
Well, we have everything, dude.
Yeah, he's really do. Let's see what's this.
Like we have tundra, for God's sakes.
Let's see. We'll go with this one. Open image in new tab. Is there anywhere that's like going like completely like Mexico, India, Russia, China, Iraq, Afghanistan, China, the Philippines, Ukraine. I mean, is it that cold?
Well, there's fucking third world countries in here, dude. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's more to just give it a like. Okay, the only places that are decent.
They have Afghanistan. If Afghanistan for Colorado, what? Well, I can kind of see that. Yeah, Afghanistan got a lot of mountains in it. It's got a lot of scrub.
I could see that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah,
it's still kind of funny though.
So the only place that I could maybe live is here, and that's it. Like that is it.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, like honestly, I've not.
Well, yeah. So Seattle's is has a very English vibe to it. It's always rainy and kind of like shitty.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people like garn about the weather where I am. But like genuinely, it's mild as fuck. Like very rarely do you get bad storms. It's just constantly at a low level of kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? But it's never actually like horrible. And you only get like one, like you might get snow like maybe once every couple of years. And like even then, like see when it gets really fucking hot, you only get like maybe 2-3 weeks of that tops before it goes back to normal anyway. You know what I mean? Like as far as it goes, it's not bad.
Well, I wonder how much the climate would change.
Oh, yeah. Do you see that during COVID? There was places, I think it was Vienna, because no one was like using like the wee like liver systems and all that stuff. The water turned like crystal clear.
The water turned clear.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
crazy.
cool. That would actually be quite interesting as well. And you have to wonder about like. Let's be serious. They pump mad shit into the water. You know what I mean? A lot of factories do. Just
like a lot of wastewater, manure. It all goes into the fucking rivers.
You know, it would be pretty interesting to see. Like, you know, how would pollution specifically, and we can finally put it to the test: is climate change the real deal or not? You know what I mean? Like.
The great question finally answered.
Yeah, like give me an actual fucking answer. Like, because honestly, like. See, whenever like people try and argue to me about climate change, like, I'm in the opinion I don't know. Like, I'm just putting out there, guys. Like, I know this might be really controversial, but I honestly don't know if it's real or not. I'm not particularly for or against it. The biggest thing that I would be for is like pollution. Like, I want to be able to like drink out of
minorities. I mean, pollution.
Well, for me, I want to be able to drink from any fucking river I see. I want the place to be clean. I want everything to be nice. And,
well, you have to boil it first because, like, you know, there's bugs in it and shit.
But you get what I mean. Like, you know, for the most part, I want like,
I got you.
I want places to be like nice and clean and like, you know, be able to like. I don't want to say like dog shit.
Not disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want the place to be fucking disgusting. And like, you know. Well, I suppose like people don't even start. You know what?
What would happen to India?
India, again, I would see a massive. Well, so they do have a ton of farmland, and again, they don't eat much meat. Like, you know, I reckon India had a huge population before industrialization, so I don't see much of a change. Do you think you could see a reinforcement of their, what's the right word for it, of their social classes? You know, like
there's a superiority, you mean?
Of their class system. Do you think do you think you could see it being flipped on its head, or is that too heavily ingrained for it to go out?
I think they would go back. I think they would completely revert.
Do you think so? Yeah, I could see that.
I could see them reverting.
I mean, I would probably do like India a world of good if they just had a societal collapse, because maybe the Ganges would be fucking clean. They need to get rid of all that plastic waste and shit, man. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that shit. Like, just burn. Like, honestly, I would say burn it would be better than what they're doing at the minute with India. Oh, here, by the way, let me show you this. I'm thinking about doing this for Terminally Online. So, you ready for this? Do you got even do Google Maps bingo card?
Oh,
hey,
Jesus!
What do you think?
Where'd you find this at?
A guy posted into the Unhinged Discord, so he did. He said it's actually hard to not get a bingo. He says, honestly, yeah, I believe.
Hard to not get a bingo.
Yeah, it'd be hard not to get a bingo. Mate, what is water barrel on roof? Why have I seen that? Like, why it's so specific, and I've never thought about it.
Water barrel on roof.
Like, you know what? We're doing this. Where's my Google Maps? Sorry, guys. This is like reality. Like, you tell me when to stop. I'm just gonna go. Whoosh, tell me when to dump it.
Now.
Oh, we're not in the city. Right. Let me get up the. Let me bring that over here.
The bingo board.
Yeah, let me get the bingo board over. Okay, so.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Let's see, what do we have? Oh, we got scooters. Is that one? Well, no, it sounds
motorbikes.
We got motorbikes. Building looks like it's in good condition. That's not bad. Do we see
now
any?
Search the road for hot human shit.
Is there any? No, actually, you know what? Pretty fucking clean.
Find me a turd, Irishman.
Okay, are we going to say that building's in disrepair?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do we have any? Oh, we got some rubble. We got the rubble. Go back. Let me see the water.
We got some rubble.
Was the water brown?
The water was brown, yeah.
Okay. That looks pretty. That honestly, for India, that looks pretty good. Right. Yeah. It's more green. I would say it's more green. Let's see. Can we find a stray dog? What the fuck is this video turned into? Right.
Let's try and find a stray dog.
Right. I need to find a cow as well, guys. Oh, what's that? No, they're just what are they? Right enough.
Those are little hay sheeps.
Oh, right, okay. I'm too used to it being like in the big. Oh, hey, we got a donkey. Is that a donkey? What is that? Or is that a goat?
Hey, we got a donkey.
No, it's a goat, so-
That's a.
Is it a goat?
What is that? I don't know. Go back 1 foot.
What's the shape of that thing?
Go forward a slight, like either go forward, back, or a foot. There you go. Okay, go forward 1 more foot.
Right. Okay. Here, let me see. If I can go.
Now that building there is in disrepair. That's an old garage.
Let's see. Can we see the donk? No, I can't see it. Okay, that's definitely corrugated and sheets. I think we saw some back there. Half-constructed building. Random political poster.
Random political poster.
Yeah, do you see any? No.
I don't know how they. What the fuck is going on in that building?
Why is it held up by literal fucking like? It looks like it's held up
Actual
by
sticks.
bamboo.
Water barrel.
Oh, water barrel. Is it on roof though? No, I can't see.
Cow.
Where's the cow? Oh, yes. There we go. Right, what are we missing? So we have religious statue structure symbol, tuk-tuk.
Human feces.
Squatting Indian, rubble, tarp. We saw tarp, visible brown tint due to air pollution. Nah, air looks pretty good. Air looks pretty good. I think you'd need to be in a city for that. You know what? Let's go back. Will we play on hard mode? We'll go. Oh, right. Let me go into. Where are we?
Going to downtown London.
Oh, right. Okay.
We'll count the Indians.
Right. Okay. Brixton. Will we go for Greenwich, Woolwich? I know Brixton's a bit of a shithole. Kingston's kind of posh. Camden Town. Here we go. We'll go for Camden or Hackney. Actually, you know what? Where's Croydon? Croydon South. A mate used to live in Croydon, so he did.
You're just saying funny names, Englishman.
People are going to shout at me. It's like, what do you know? Do you not know what Croydon is? Let me see. Just
you have to Google it.
Croydon.
How do I spell Croy?
There we go. I was near enough on it, so I was. Right, let's go for Croydon. Right, 1, 2, 3, dump. Marks and Spencer's. No, we landed in a nice area, so we did. This doesn't make sense.
A nice area.
Yeah, they got a Marks and Spencer's, man. This doesn't. Nah. No, we landed in the bad parts. We did. Let's see.
Where'd this video go?
I don't know about societal collapse. Marks and Spencer's. That shit's getting fucking deleted, man. That's gone. Right, we'll finish off. You know what? We haven't touched China or Russia. What do you think about China?
They would fucking eat each other, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, probably.
Like Chinese cities, I think would be the worst hit by far. To be fair, though, a lot of people live in Chinese
their construction's
cities.
always saying their constructions is already shit. They got fucking like tofu buildings falling apart and all that bullshit.
To be fair, though, most people that live in Chinese cities have moved from the countryside. A lot of people move from the countryside, so they do have a chance of maybe if they can make it home. You know what I mean? Because Chinese countryside seems to be very unsupported. Would that be a nice way to put it? Like they see,
I could see the peasants. Like remember, China still has peasants.
Yeah,
I can see the peasants in like northern China being a-okay because they damn near live off grid.
Yeah,
they have some modern things, but like I was talking to a bunch of Chinese dudes who I bought a fridge from. They're from northern provinces. It was one guy said, yeah, we we had a refrigerator. And that was it. And that came from a single power line. We like those boys still used fucking lamps and shit for light. Like they had a single power line they could barely afford, and it ran their fridge so their pork would stay cold.
Yeah.
So, and I remember they would come in and they would sell their pork to the government more or less. Or he said something like that. It was like a local government that bought their pork, and more or less the government paid them just enough to where they could afford to keep the pork cold, but not like actually make money. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, while we're on it, do you think North Korea survives? I reckon North Korea survives. I don't think it goes into a collapse at all.
North Korea is propped up by other countries, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
like China and Russia prop up North Korea, something fierce. And I guess like no, that their leader is literally addicted to ice cream and fucking hot dogs. That dude would go insane.
Yeah.
Though I could see him invading South Korea on
whim.
like a bid for power. Though I could definitely see him
Last
doing that.
resort
Like,
type of thing, definitely. And you know the thing is, North Korea, like I know everyone talks about the nukes and stuff, but North Korea definitely has enough like conventional artillery to just level Seoul. Like, and Seoul's so close
Like,
to the border as well.
I think they would just bombard each other out of spite.
Yeah, because they know no one else is going to step in and stop. You know?
Yeah, like who's going to stop the U.S.? They're embroiled in civil war right now.
Yeah, like they'll be fine.
Oh, actually, a last moment touch. Old grudges being able to be actually hosed out in the air for once.
Yeah. Like Pakistan and India, they're going to war with each other.
Absolutely, dude.
Russia may just be able to take Ukraine finally. If this started tomorrow,
After 47 years of war, they finally done it.
yeah.
They finally done
Although
it.
I don't see Russia. I think Russia is definitely balkanizing. I don't see them being able to hold like half of Russia. Like see all that. Like
Greater Yugoslavia finally come back from dead.
yeah, I could definitely see that. Mongolia, I think, stays the exact same. Mongolia is one of the few countries that I think is completely unchanged.
I could see Mongolia invading China. Like, you motherfuckers, it's your time now.
Yeah.
Like, I could definitely see that happening.
Other places that stay more or less the same. What does Thailand do whenever it like runs out of HRT? Like, does it still survive?
Their main export's the ladyboys.
Yeah, but again, like most of these people live like peasants. They have like the only thing that really changes is all the motorbikes they have. Like honestly, I don't see much in the way of changing. Like genuinely. Again, population's definitely
Oil being. Wait, but is there any oil being drilled near China, or is it all somewhere else?
I think China has oil like in the deserts, in the Moby. What do you call them? In the thingy desert. I can't remember.
Or is it
Gobi Desert? I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
Because I know they probably get a lot of oil from Russia, if I reckon.
Well, there's tons of there's tons of oil in Siberia. So have you ever seen that city in Siberia where it's like the most inhospitable city in the world, and it's like frozen over
always
all
frozen
year, almost all year round, and they have to keep the cars constantly running because if they turn them off,
either running or like a lamp on them, so some of the oil won't freeze.
It's mad. So it is honestly like there's some really cool stuff you can like. There's some really good YouTube videos actually talking about how people live in these conditions. Honestly, really worth a watch if you guys get the chance. I see
it is fascinating.
I see most of Europe does. I think Europe does the worst out of any place in the world. Like I think the quality of living just completely plummets. The most out of touch with the way of the land and
most out of touch,
and they're so. Overly educated, and the populations are just far too big to be able to sustain themselves. Like they just could not. British Isles so overpopulated, it's just not going to work out. And there's not enough farmland to like. America has the farmland. America could sustain its population, and America still has so much room to grow. British
and a lot of military gear. I got a lot of military gear.
Now, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of US bases still in Europe, and there is a ton of just like I live right beside an army base.
I do wonder what would happen to the
ones overseas,
to the foreign military bases. Yeah, like will they claim like this is now American soil, yoink, or like will they be like, hey, let's all play nice here, all right, we're all friends, right?
Yeah,
like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see them definitely become a threat to whatever remains of the previous governments. You know what I mean? Like, say if you saw a rise up of sorts.
Because now you have a foreign military in your country that does not owe allegiance to you. That'd be interesting.
And like they're sizable. You know what I mean? They are sizable.
And if they report back to their because then they owe allegiance to a foreign military commander who's basically a fucking foreign king. It would be like a. Not satellite country. It'd be like a what's it called? Like a country you own, but it's not part of your country.
Would it be? Is that the right
vassal?
Word?
Yeah, it'd be like a vassal state.
Yeah, I could see that definitely. I definitely see Europe doing the worst of the worst. Iceland though, I see actually doing pretty well. Not gonna lie.
Literally unchanged.
Yeah.
They have geothermal. They'd be the most like modern. They'd be like the fucking Nordic Wakanda.
Honestly, Nordic Wakanda. Definitely, I see Iceland honestly doing amazing, like genuinely amazing. They don't have the biggest population. They've got all the fish they could ever want. They
have all the cod they could ever eat.
also, there's a lot of oil rigs in the North Sea. if Iceland
Yeah,
really
for sure.
wanted it, I reckon they could take them. Genuinely, I think Iceland could definitely take them.
I believe their military is more specialized.
Yeah, it is, but they don't have a big one at all. Like, you know, but again, I honestly see the British Isles doing just so poorly. It's not even funny that. Yeah,
So poorly, that you said.
yeah, they would not do well at all. I don't see anywhere in the British Isles doing well. Now, I might be wrong. There could be someone being like, "No, James, you haven't thought about this," and I'm probably am wrong. But at the minute, I don't see them doing well. France, I see honestly. French Caliphate, genuinely, I could really see that.
French Caliphate.
Yeah, straight up. I you know what? Places that could actually do well. I think Spain could surprise you. Spain and Italy, I think, would surprise you. Same with a lot of the Baltic states. I see like Serbia doing actually quite pretty well. Maybe Croatia, Greece. Honestly, not bad. Turkey would be a bit of a shit show. I could see. Turkey, I don't think does.
Turkey? What? Turkey is so cool.
Nah, I don't see them doing the best, if I be honest with you, compared to a lot of places. Although they are helped geographically. They're again, Turkey's one of those places where the geography matches this, where like, you know, how their country works. Like, you know, all the mountains and shit. Like, you know, it just makes so much sense. Same as Switzerland. Their country is just shaped by their
Liechtenstein. I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder what about all the like micro states. Like Vatican would still survive, I could see. I definitely see the Vatican's not going anywhere. I see, like, you know, there's enough people that are like that devoutly religious that.
But what about the Vatican? The Pope must reign supreme.
Could we, you know what? On that, could we see crusades again? Could we see?
I can see local crusades.
Yeah, I could definitely see. I could definitely see ethnic cleansing happening. Most definitely.
I could see jihads. I could see crusades. I could see insert regional crusade name here. Like
instead of like race war, because I see a lot of race war happening in America. Like that's
race war.
Honestly,
race war now.
No, but I just see it. Like especially when it comes to like, especially because gangs are already race orientated. Like, you know, I see no reason why they wouldn't be. And especially in Europe where tensions are so high already. The idea of seeing wars of religion, not just wars of religion, I suppose it is more of you could argue it's more of a race war as well. I could see that happening very easily, like, but on a smaller scale. Again, a lot more swords. Or, do you see that? Gerbu, do you have any ninja swords you want to report to the UK government? No ninja.
I cannot wait for one of your sharifs to try and fucking like export me for trial. I welcome it.
Yeah, I could see that.
We will pursue. We will find you. I hope you do, you slimy motherfucker. Can fucking bring it.
So where do you want to go with this? Will we wrap up? Is there anything we want to?
I think we'll wrap up. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it. And also, I got a good idea for a book. I'm like, this would be a fun little book.
I think it's a fun thought experiment. How much of the world will cover? Like, how many years? Like, are we talking? Like, will it take like 500 years for us to get back to where we are today? Also,
at least 200. At least 200.
Also, one thing that we never brought up: nuclear power plants. If they just turn off, do they go into meltdown? And if they go into meltdown,
no. I believe that. I believe they scram automatically.
Right. Let me just ask that. So, if
if down in the chat you don't agree, fuck you, I don't care.
Was to happen, would all
Gabriel and James, you retarded? Well, fuck you, I don't care.
Nuclear power plants explode and go into meltdown. Let's see. If all nuclear a nationwide power outage would not cause all nuclear power plants to explode and melt down, while prolonged loss of external power could lead to core damage. All right, okay, so that's not bad. That would be my biggest concern. That's what I would have thought would happen. I honestly thought we could have seen like
the fucking reactors going down.
I could see that, or like Chernobyl's happening like left, right, and center. You know,
if only
I would have thought that would happen, but no, that's actually all right. Well, they would have just leaked radiation, but like, you know, there's other bigger issues to worry about when it comes to like radiation.
Yes, a real stalker. Yes, my favorite timeline.
You know what? Could we see stalker happening in Canada? Or not Canada, sorry, Russia? Could you see like, you know, maybe something very similar happening?
I could, yeah. I definitely see that happening.
And again,
because it'd be super fun.
well, you know what? We kind of, you know what? We never brought that up. We should have talked about, like, you know, the collapse of the USSR, because we kind of did see that with a lot of gangsters going in and seizing up, like, you know, factories and shit like that. You know, we did see a lot of them snapping up like firearms and then selling them to like Africa and stuff like that. That is something we never really brought up, actually. Or like,
I mean, after the war in Ukraine, it won't be anything to fucking sell, but yeah.
Be interesting though. It would be interesting. So, where would you love to be, Arbo, if you had to pick where your starting point?
States. Especially states.
Yeah,
it's just they'll be better off. It's isolated. It's all my own people. It's like
there's
the French over the border. It's just they're all Americans. We have a good baseline to start out with.
There's enough,
and it's like
there's enough land to go nomad if you really need to. Like, you know, there's no like,
and most importantly, the country's not connected to fucking Africa or the Middle East. So
yeah, that's pretty sweet, you know. And also, like, you know, the distances that you would need to travel from, like, you don't really need to worry so much about, like, you know, refugees coming from like Latin America and stuff, because being able to travel through
if they do show up, they'll just go missing.
Yeah, being able to travel through that Mexican desert and shit would just like, it's just such
fucking kill people, dude.
Yeah, it would just be deadly. So it would. And what's the Gulf of Mexico like? Is that hard to traverse? Is that again bad sea?
No, it's honestly pretty. I mean, all seas have their moments, but it's a big cruise ship area, for God's sakes.
So would you say it's similar to like the Mediterranean then when it comes to easy to travel?
I guess so. Like, well, again, all oceans have like their rough days, but like it's a very pleasant. It's not the Atlantic or the fucking Pacific, that's for certain. But like, it's an ocean. It makes hurricanes, you know. But like, the drug runners use fucking submarines on the fucking thing. So like, you know,
that shit's mad. Honestly, Australia's pretty up there as well. Not gonna lie, Australia's got a good chance of making it out of this. What about New Zealand? Actually, New Zealand, I think.
Same thing.
Could
really.
New Zealand end up more like the British Isles, though? It's not popular.
It'd be a major trading partner with Australia. Yeah. That's about it, you know.
I could see New Zealand, like, at best, British Isles turns out something like New Zealand, but I think British Isles is just too overpopulated, and it doesn't have enough land.
I think there'll be a lot simpler lifestyle. They'll revert back to like a simple way of life, you know, eating fish and such. But like, it'll just be a very modern-ish fucking island country.
I could see them living something very similar to like the Falklands, if that makes any weird sense.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like very similar.
I can see that. Yeah,
you know,
they're still modern, but it's not like super complicated. They still have like the ways of life they can definitely use.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Something like that. Anyway, look, I want to hear.
Fucking
I want you to pick apart what we've said and tell us why we're fucking retarded and why we didn't think of X, Y, or Z topic or whatever.
Actually, James, you're a fucking moron and guard, bro. Fuck you too.
Yeah.
I fucking love the comments, dude.
Well, you know what? Like, again, this is very off the cuff. This is just throwing ideas at the walls. What could you do with it? I think it's a fun thought experiment. It's fun to visualize what could we see in the future. How badly could things go?
You guys didn't plan out your entire video? What do you like fucking not professional?
No, I'm not professional. Not even in the slightest, man. I am just not. I am not.
Absolutely fucking not.
No. I am professionally unemployed, is what
Brother, I just work here.
But no, I think it would be pretty cool to like see something like this. What countries do you see completely vanishing without support? Like, does Greenland still exist, for instance? Do people still like manage to like
Greenland be fine? I mean, Greenland already is barely fucking supported by Norway as it is. Like, I don't see them doing bad at all.
We see like places like Svalbard.
There's like it'll be a lot of fish.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, like the need
clubbing seals and shit.
What do you call them these days? I know you're not supposed to call them like Eskimos. Is it Inuits? But
Inuits.
But I think Inuits is a certain tribe or a certain group. It'd be kind of calling like all like
they're literally all called they're all called Inuits now, or they're called by their tribe name. And I can be fucking asked to learn them all. I don't care enough.
Yeah, because I would have thought that would be like calling like all Native Americans like Apache or something, or like Cherokee. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that'd be funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I just call them Tal. Never mind. Anyway. Let's wrap up then. Is there anything else worth bringing up? And why are we retarded? And why? I'm just putting out here. If a societal collapse happened, let me look up what was the population in the 1700s. Yeah, I could see us going back to that. like under 1 billion people,
Yeah, for sure.
definitely. If a true collapse happened, I could easily see that being the case. We definitely lose the bulk of humans, and I would say for most places in the world, minimum 200 years before we get back to even close to the same standard of living. Like the idea of everyone has a gun and water, everyone has electricity, maybe even.
I wouldn't mind a nice good mass killing. It'd be good. Good to see.
Billions, billions must smile.
Billions must die.
No, billions must smile.
Must smile, is that what he said?
Yeah, they should all smile. Anyway, look, I think that's where we're going to wrap up. I wanted you, as I say, let us know why we're fucking retarded and why we don't know what we're talking about. Because I always think it's fun, and there's always
you're gay.
And you know the worst thing is, anytime I do a world building video, something comes into my head like 2 hours later. I'm like, oh, I wish I spoke about that. I wish I brought that up. Oh, mate, that would have been such
a good point. Damn.
Or like I think, no, I was actually wrong about that. Oh, there was something else I should have added.
You're in the shower, like going over like, actually, if this had happened, that didn't happen.
Could have worked a lot better. Oh, you know what? Israel's getting wiped off the map. Or do you think you could see like what do you call it? The Goliath, or the David? What do you call it? Like, you know, their idea for just like do
Goliath? I mean,
yeah, no. Does Israel launch all its nukes?
Honestly, I would say if they knew something was going to they would immediately, like, it'd be petty, but I could see them doing it, like, just going, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah, I could definitely say
like,
last stand. I could definitely see a lot of the. Could you see like a rise of like ISIS again of sorts, like a very similar sort of like.
They're already living in the Stone Age. It wouldn't fucking change anything.
Yeah.
They would get any fucking Coca-Cola and Pepsi as well. It would fucking change.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, you know what? How well do you think Iran would do? Because Iran's already pretty isolated. Like, you know, Iran was pretty isolated. Well, they're getting pumped full of money from the Saudis though, as well, to a certain extent. So it'd be interesting. I don't know. I really want to know how badly would Dubai and places like that be plundered by like the locals, or like nearby locals.
British Museum eyes glow softly.
I can see. You know what?
More plundering.
Honestly, where do you think is going to get the most plunder from? Like, you know, who's going to be the biggest leaders? Like, who's going to be the new Vikings of this dark age that we're going into?
Somalian pirates.
Do you think they've got the? I don't know if they can go that far though. And again, because most tweets being shut down, I think that the Red Sea ain't going to be worth shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
imagine the chaos in all the small oceans. Yeah, where all the pirates are.
Yeah,
because basically, I think water would be the safest way to push, like, try and go, like, do commerce and like the rebirth of like the modernish pirate come back to life.
I could definitely see that. So I could definitely see that big time. You know, because I sometimes like to think about that. So where I live, like, you know, in my old job, when I was driving into work, I could see Scotland on a sunny day, and sometimes I like to daydream about the idea of like, see if I lived like 2,000 years ago, say if I was like some Bronze Age motherfucker, you know what I mean, and like it was a nice sunny day, you tell me you wouldn't get the boys together and go like pillage the people across the border? And the thing is, they'd be pillaging us right back. We'd be constantly be leading each other, because again, it's guy to the stronger. If you can't control it, if you can't own it, is it really yours? You know, does it really belong to you?
Well, you didn't keep it, and I took it from you, so it's mine now. And they call that finders, keepers, losers, weepers in my country.
Well, that, and also, like, you know, if you think about it, like, you know, back then, a lot of wealth was centralized. Like, you know, you could keep a lot of wealth in, like, say, castles or palaces or churches and all that sort of thing.
Ooh, people like going back in the old castles and like fucking redoing them, though. Yeah. Like, think like all the abandoned castles around Europe.
I could see that. And, like, even, like, fancy, like, see, like, country estates with big, huge walls around them the entire way. They would be worth a lot. Well, you saw that. And what was it, 28 days later they did that? Yeah, it was. It was 28 days ago.
I'm not watching 28 years later because giant floppy zombie dong.
I haven't seen that. I kind of want to watch it. I haven't seen anything about it. I've been
28 inches later.
Actually, apparently, is Cillian Murphy a zombie in it?
I have no idea.
Because, like, yeah, apparently he's got a massive cock, guys. Just putting that out there.
Just a massive floppy donger.
Yeah, apparently. And you know what? Cillian gives me the type. Have you ever met someone and you just like? Well, I haven't met Cillian Murphy, but you're looking at him, you can just tell he's got like a really freaky looking cock. Like, you can just tell it's like it's absurdly long. Like it.
Wow, James.
Have you ever?
My fat cock dar is going off on you, sir. You got a dangle wangle, don't you?
Well, if you never met,
Fucking pardon
are
me?
you telling me you've never met someone and you can just tell it's like, mate, you got a fucking chode, you got a mushroom head, man.
I don't think about that shit at all. What the fuck are you talking about, crazy man? I don't guess length.
Can I like, Garbu, can you like let us know what you call cooks like? Because I got a few like a few theories.
I'm not doing that.
You got a few theories, man.
Just a nowhere in a hat down there.
Oh fuck! Right,
got a few theories.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
I got some theories on what you're pecking down there.
Yeah, I just
Actually, a Glock 19.
I just wanted to know. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to like prove whether or not my ideas were correct about it or not. You know what I mean? Just put it out there. Anyway, look.
If Megan hears you, dude.
Anyway, look. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one was very off the cuff. It was very like last minute. It was just because I saw something about societal collapse and I was like, you know what, we haven't done anything like this in ages and I kind of enjoy this and I like the idea. And again, I really want you guys to know, and do you guys like, I just want to know, do you guys agree, do you think Europe's cooked? Because I think Europe's cooked in this scenario. I think Europe falls the hardest and the worst because again, there's just not enough room, there's not enough land. Europe had to colonize almost to a certain point because like their population just grew too big and there just wasn't the land for these people. You know what I mean? Like it just made sense for them to expand outwards. There just wasn't enough. You know what I mean? But anyway, look, we're gonna wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out all the links down below. Definitely check out, if you've been thinking about going to the gym, you should definitely check out our gym manifesto video and maybe download it. It's completely for free. A lot of people have downloaded, and I know
Gym manifesto.
Yeah, well, that's what
that's still a funny name.
That's what I'm going to call it. Well, it's called Suffer Now or Suffer.
Billions Must Lift.
Billions Must Lift. Yeah. I think that's what was that not the name of the video? Was that not what I called it?
I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I thought it was good though. Yeah. The West has fallen. Billions must lift. Yeah, that's it there. So you guys, you know what? I've got a lot of good feedback, and I've got a lot of people that have said, "Oh, mate, actually, you know what? I actually quite like that. I might try that." Because I know a lot of people that have like failed, like attempting going to the gym and whatnot. Because that's all of them end up trying to go. I'm going to go 5 days a week. That's a lifestyle change. You tell me you can just make a lifestyle change overnight.
5 days a week? Fuck me,
See,
dude. So that's like for me, it's a lot. Like, 5 days.
No,
my God,
I don't have the time to go 5 days. Like, I just don't.
I know, right? Like. That's actually that's like your job is a workout. Yeah. Like you're like a workout dude or something.
Like, don't get me wrong, if you enjoy doing it and you can do 5 days a week, fucking do it. But for vast majority of people, you're not going to be able to do that.
It's fucking impossible.
Yeah. So anyway, check that out. Garbu, you've got some new thingies out, don't you? You uploaded a few new parts of your
Dropod Green.
Yeah, you've been hard with
my furry sci-fi venture, apparently.
Well, I've heard a lot of people praise it for being the best furry fan art, or not fan art.
Best furry sci-fi they've had in a while. Yeah, that's what the people are saying.
That's not
oddly
bad.
enough.
That's not bad. Anyway, look, that's where we're gonna wrap up.
Not quite the cum-covered feather in my hat that I wanted, but all right.
All right, well, I'll take it. You know what? If you guys think it's good, well, you know what? It's an oversaturated market, Garbu. So if people think it's good, it must be fucking good. Because I'm sure there's a lot of fucking.
I know.
And does it lean into the eroticism at all? No.
It does actually.
Oh no!
There's like space racism where like the furries are all like ordered by colors.
Oh, right. Anyway,
so
oh no, you go for it. You go for it.
So like their caste system is ordered by what color you're born as, and like if you're white, everyone fucking hates you. Like only purples and golds can be like political government. Yellows are the highest society. Greens, browns, blacks, and blues are all like either warrior caste or like economy workers. I find it funny.
Also, here while we're on it, I'm almost finished the Nightwords trilogy. If you guys haven't done it, just go do it. Honestly, it's worth it. I've been in this book series has probably been the best since I've finished Gothic and Felix, and holy good fuck, I felt sad when I finished Gothic and Felix. Check out the night. I am. Honestly, check it out. Although I haven't quite finished it yet, I still have a wee bit left to go. I'm almost at the end of. Only got like 2 hours left of Void Stalker, and I don't know what to do with my life after that. Although what I will be doing is I will be starting a Night Lords kill team just
dirty fanboy.
all I'm saying, like, you know what? So I still do have a Cacardons army, so I do, in my mum's attic, and I always love the idea of Cacardons being royalist night lords because, like, it just makes sense to me, you know. Come on, look at these guys. Cacardons 40k. You tell me this guy doesn't.
Space sharks.
Tell me he doesn't look like a night lord.
Also, they have the largest space marine in canon is in the fucking Cacardons.
Yeah, like, you know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. That's actually a pretty sweet model of Tiberius.
It just makes sense.
Also, you know what? I'm putting it out there. Tiberius sounds very similar to Talos. I'm just putting it out there. I know that they're slightly different names. I know that they come from different places, but come on. They're like Cacardons and Night Lords. They've got a very similar, like, way of doing things. You know what I mean? Like, they just do. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I just keep talking about stuff, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a while. I miss you guys. I'm lonely. Oh.
It's just me and my infant children. No adults to talk to.
Also, while we're at this, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not signed into the work Instagram, because you know what? I haven't showed it in a while.
Instagram.
Well, you know, I've got a lot of like faceless ecom thingies, but you know what? I need to take more pictures. But yeah, this is my Instagram account, guys, for my models,
my dudes,
and I really like them, and I think they came out pretty good. So you know what? If you guys are interested, you can go ahead and check that out. I do need to upload a ton of new models though. I need to actually sit down and like take photos and stuff. But I'm pretty happy with how they've came out. You know, I kind of wish I'd done this before. Like, you know, years ago, I really wish because I never really took many pictures of my models, and now like I kind of regret that. And it's always nice to like go back and see like how you're improving. I think I've picked that up mostly from going to the gym, because like, you know, progress photos and stuff has like helped me so much that I kind of wish I'd taken more progress photos of like my models, because I have gotten better. Like, you know, I kind of wish I'd done more of that. What do you say, Garb? Have you been getting any better at anything in particular? Have you been improving your skills?
I haven't painted in a long while. I've had no room to paint. I'm in a guest room, so it's really hard to get any painting done.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to be making a video in the near future about my paint station and how you guys can make one too, because I'm in the process of building my second edition of it, because I think I've worked out all my problems that I have with my paint station. It's pretty much like a mobile, like the way
my place of paint.
Yeah, like, you know, but you can move it about, and like, you know, I can sit and have it in the living room, and I've got everything good to go. You know what I mean? It just works. Anyway, look,
it just works.
It just works. Like, you know, see everyone that I know that complains about painting is like, oh, I can never get it done. It's like, how easy is it for you to start painting? Does it take you more than 5 minutes to
just slap chop, dude?
Yeah, but it doesn't, like, you know, to get all the stuff out, to pull the models out, to pull all your paints out, does it take you more than 5 minutes to set up? And if it takes you more than
real OGs have a desk covered in gray tie. They just pull up and paint at that will. What are y'all noobs at this?
Well, that's what I used to do. That's what I used to have. Like, my desk drawers were just full of paint, and I would just like have models sitting out, and like if I wanted to get something done, I would just leave it down, and eventually I would just pick it up and start doing stuff with it. But now that I've got like kids and stuff,
yeah, see,
it's kind of like I can't just like disappear upstairs.
It's a choking hazard. Whatever.
Well, it's more I can't like just run away upstairs, and because Sid's in with us still. You know what I mean? Like,
you see, my child consumes macroplastics.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I'm gonna have to love yous and leave yous, because I've been saying this for the past like 20 minutes now. Oh, we're gonna finish the video, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish the video. Anyway, look, I'm away for
classic James.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, as always, hope you guys enjoy. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.